Sarah lived 127 years. These were the years of Sarah's life. Sarah died in Kiryat Arba, the same as Hebron, in the land of Canaan. Abraham came to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. Abraham rose up from before his dead and spoke to the children of Het, saying, I am a stranger and a foreigner living with you. Give me a possession of a burying place with you, that I may bury my dead out of my sight. The children of Het answered Abraham, saying to him, Hear us, my lord. You are a prince of Elohim among us. In the choice of our tombs bury your dead. None of us will withhold from you his tomb, but that you may bury your dead. Abraham rose up and bowed himself to the people of the land, even to the children of Het. He talked with them, saying, If it be your mind that I should bury my dead out of my sight, hear me, and entreat for me to Ephron the son of Zohar, that he may give me the cave of Machpelah, which he has, which is in the end of his field. For the full price let him give it to me in the midst of you for a possession of a burying place. Now Ephron was sitting in the midst of the children of Het. Ephron the Hittite answered Abraham in the hearing of the children of Het, even of all who went in at the gate of his city, saying, No, my lord, hear me. I give you the field, and I give you the cave that is in it. In the presence of the children of my people I give it to you. Bury your dead. Abraham bowed himself down before the people of the land. He spoke to Ephron in the audience of the people of the land, saying, But if you will, please hear me. I will give the price of the field. Take it from me, and I will bury my dead there. Ephron answered Abraham, saying to him, My lord, listen to me. What is a piece of land worth 400 shekels of silver between me and you? Therefore bury your dead. Abraham listened to Ephron. Abraham weighed to Ephron the silver which he had named in the audience of the children of Het, 400 shekels of silver, according to the current merchant standard. So the field Ephron, which was in Machpelah, which was before Mamre, the field, the cave which was therein, and all the trees that were in the field that were in all the border of it round about, were made sure to Abraham for a possession in the presence of the children of Het, before all who went in at the gate of his city. After this Abraham buried Sarah his wife in the cave of the field of Machpelah before Mamre, the same as Hebron in the land of Canaan. The field and the cave that is therein were made sure to Abraham for a possession of a burying place by the children of Het. Abraham was old and well stricken in age. Yahweh had blessed Abraham in all things. Abraham said to his servant, the elder of his house, who ruled over all that he had, Please put your hand under my thigh. I will make you swear by Yahweh, the Elohim of heaven and the Elohim of the earth, that you shall not take a wife for my son of the daughters of the Canaanim among whom I live, but you shall go to my country and to my relatives and take a wife for my son Yitzhak. The servant said to him, What if the woman isn't willing to follow me to this land? Must I bring your son again to the land you came from? Abraham said to him, Beware that you don't bring my son there again. Yahweh, the Elohim of heaven, who took me from my father's house and from the land of my birth, who spoke to me and who swore to me, saying, I will give this land to your seed, he will send his angel before you, and you shall take a wife for my son from there. If the woman isn't willing to follow you, then you shall be clear from this my oath. Only you shall not bring my son there again. The servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham his master, and swore to him concerning this matter. The servant took 10 camels of his master's camels, and departed, having all goodly things of his master's in his hand. He arose and went to Aram Naharaim, to the city of Nahor. He made the camels kneel down outside the city by the well of water at the time of evening, the time that women go out to draw water. He said, Yahweh, the Elohim of my master Abraham, please give me success this day, and show kindness to my master Abraham. Behold, I am standing by the spring of water. The daughters of the men of this city are coming out to draw water. Let it happen that the young lady to whom I will say, Please let down your pitcher that I may drink, she will say, Drink, and I will also give your camels a drink. Let the same be she who you have appointed for your servant Yitzhak. Thereby will I know that you have shown kindness to my master." And happened before he had done speaking, that behold, Rivkah came out, who was born to Bethuel, the son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher on her shoulder. The young lady was very beautiful to look at, a virgin, neither had any man known her. She went down to the spring, filled her pitcher, and came up. The servant ran to meet her and said, "Please give me a drink, a little water from your pitcher." She said, "Drink, my lord." She hurried and let down her pitcher on her hand and gave him drink. When she had done giving him drink, she said, "I will also draw for your camels until they have done drinking." She hurried and emptied her pitcher into the trough and ran again to the well to draw, and drew for all his camels. The man looked steadfastly at her, holding his shalom, to know whether Yahweh had made his journey prosperous or not. It happened, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden ring of 1/2 shekel weight, and 2 bracelets for her hands of 10 shekels weight of gold, and said, "Whose daughter are you? Please tell me, is there room in your father's house for us to lodge in?" She said to him, "I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, whom she bore to Nahor." She said moreover to him, "We have both straw and provender enough, and room to lodge in." The man bowed his head and worshipped Yahweh. He said, "Blessed be Yahweh, the Elohim of my master Abraham, who has not forsaken his loving kindness and his truth toward my master. As for me, Yahweh has led me in the way to the house of my master's relatives." The young lady ran and told her mother's house about these words. Rivkah had a brother, and his name was Lavan. Lavan ran out to meet the man to the spring. It happened when he saw the ring and the bracelets on his sister's hands, and when he heard the words of Rivkah his sister, saying, "This is what the man said to me," that he came to the man. Behold, he was standing by the camels at the spring. He said, "Come in, you blessed of Yahweh. Why do you stand outside? For I have prepared the house and a room for the camels." The man came into the house, and he unloaded the camels. He gave straw and provender for the camels, and water to wash his feet and the feet of the men who were with him. Food was set before him to eat, but he said, "I will not eat until I have told my message." He said, "Speak on." He said, "I am Abraham's servant. Yahweh has blessed my master greatly. He has become great. He has given him flocks and herds, silver and gold, men servants and maidservants, and camels and donkeys. Sarah, my master's wife, bore a son to my master when she was old. He has given all that he asked to him. My master made me swear, saying, 'You shall not take a wife for my son of the daughters of the Canaanim, in whose land I live, but you shall go to my father's house and to my relatives, and take a wife for my son.' I said to my master, 'What if the woman will not follow me?' He said to me, 'Yahweh, before whom I walk, will send his angel with you and prosper your way. You shall take a wife for my son of my relatives and of my father's house. Then will you be clear from my oath when you come to my relatives. If they don't give her to you, you shall be clear from my oath.' I came this day to the spring and said, 'Yahweh, the Elohim of my master Abraham, if now you do prosper my way which I go, behold, I am standing by the spring of water. Let it happen that the Almah who comes forth to draw, to whom I will say, Give me, I pray you, a little water from your pitcher to drink, she will tell me, Drink, and I will also draw for your camels. Let the same be the woman whom Yahweh has appointed for my master's son.' Before I had done speaking in my heart, behold, Rivkah came forth with her pitcher on her shoulder. She went down to the spring and drew. I said to her, 'Please let me drink.' She hurried and let down her pitcher from her shoulder and said, 'Drink, and I will also give your camels a drink.' So I drank, and she made the camels drink also. I asked her and said, 'Whose daughter are you?' She said, 'The daughter of Bethuel, Nahor's son, whom Milcah bare to him.' I put the ring on her nose and the bracelets on her hands. I bowed my head and worshipped Yahweh, and blessed Yahweh, the Elohim of my master Abraham, who had led me in the right way to take my master's brother's daughter for his son. Now if you will deal kindly and truly with my master, tell me. If not, tell me, that I may turn to the right hand or to the left." Then Lavan and Bethuel answered, "The thing proceeds from Yahweh. We can't speak to you bad or good. Behold, Rivkah is before you. Take her and go, and let her be your master's son's wife, as Yahweh has spoken." It happened that when Abraham's servant heard their words, he bowed himself down to the earth to Yahweh. The servant brought forth jewels of silver and jewels of gold and clothing, and gave them to Rivkah. He gave also to her brother and to her mother precious things. They ate and drank, he and the men who were with him, and stayed all night. They rose up in the morning, and he said, "Send me away to my master." Her brother and her mother said, "Let the young lady stay with us a few days, at least 10. After that she will go." He said to them, "Don't hinder me, seeing Yahweh has prospered my way. Send me away that I may go to my master." They said, "We will call the young lady and ask her." They called Rivkah and said to her, "Will you go with this man?" She said, "I will go." They sent away Rivkah, their sister, with her nurse, Abraham's servant, and his men. They blessed Rivkah and said to her, "Our sister, may you be the mother of thousands, of 10,000s, and let your seed possess the gate of those who hate them." Rivkah arose with her ladies. They rode on the camels and followed the man. The servant took Rivkah and went his way. Yitzhak came from the way of Beer Lachairoi, for he lived in the land of the south. Yitzhak went out to meditate in the field at the evening. He lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, there were camels coming. Rivkah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Yitzhak, she dismounted from the camel. She said to the servant, "Who is the man who is walking in the field to meet us?" The servant said, "It is my master." She took her veil and covered herself. The servant told Yitzhak all the things that he had done. Yitzhak brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rivkah, and she became his wife. He loved her. Yitzhak was comforted after his mother's death. Abraham took another wife, and her name was Keturah. She bore him Zimran, Yokshan, Medan, Midian, Yishbak, and Shuach. Yokshan became the father of Sheva and Dedan. The sons of Dedan were Asherim, Letushim, and Leumim. The sons of Midian, Ephah, Epher, Hanok, Avidah, and Eldaah. All these were the children of Keturah. Abraham gave all that he had to Yitzhak, but to the sons of the concubines who Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts. He sent them away from Yitzhak his son, while he yet lived, eastward to the east country. These are the days of the years of Abraham's life which he lived, 175 years. Abraham gave up the spirit and died in a good old age, an old man, and was full of years, and was gathered to his people. Yitzhak and Ishmael his sons buried him in the cave of Machpelah in the field of Ephron the son of Zohar the Hittite, which is before Mamre, the field which Abraham purchased of the children of Het. There was Abraham buried with Sarah his wife. It happened after the death of Abraham that Elohim blessed Yitzhak his son. Yitzhak lived by Beer Lachairoi. Now this is the history of the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Mitzrian, Sarah's handmaid, bore to Abraham. These are the names of the sons of Ishmael, by their names according to the order of their birth. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebaioth, then Kedar, Abdiel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Yatur, Naphish, and Kedemah. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names by their villages and by their encampments, 12 princes according to their nations. These are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. He gave up the spirit and died, and was gathered to his people. They lived from Havilah to Shur, that is before Mitzrayim, as you go toward Ashur. He lived opposite all his relatives.